So a group chat featuring young Republicans from around the country was leaked that was full of racist, anti-Semitic, hateful rants.
They're not actually politicians.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not who they were, but they are Republicans.
Many Democrats and Republicans are strongly condemning this, but not the vice president. He sees things differently.
That's not
Take
true.
a look.
Focusing on what kids are saying in a group chat. Grow up. I'm sorry. Focus on the real issues. Don't focus on what kids say in group chat. The reality is that kids do stupid things, especially young boys. They tell edgy, offensive jokes. Like, that's what kids do.
Okay,
That's true.
He called them stupid.
Yeah.
And they said offensive things.
He's condemning their behavior and their language. What more can he do?
And I really don't want us to grow up in a country where a kid telling a stupid joke, telling a very offensive stupid joke, is cause to ruin their lives. And at some point, we're all going to have to say, enough of this BS.
It is BS. They just got all this fake outrage. They're trying to drag Republicans down because we have all of this momentum. I mean, we are winning right now.
Hey, but they use these little tactics, these little strategies to cancel people on the right.
Yeah.
They don't hold their people to that very same standard. Hence, Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
Look what he did to Roseanne Barr. This happens over and over.
How
people
about-
on the left get a pass, the people on the right, they get canceled.
How about Jay Jones? He's running for
Exactly.
Attorney General in Virginia.
Yeah.
And he said some horrible things.
Far worse than what these kids
And
were
it
saying.
wasn't on a secret chat between colleagues.
Right.
He sent the messages directly to other Republicans so they could read it.
Right.
Let me pull that up real quick.
But on The View, I've looked on that page. I've looked through their videos. I can't find any constructive criticism of that. The Attorney General, who happens to be a person of color, a sub-Saharan man, a black man, they have no criticism for him.
Yeah, here's the messages. If those guys die before me, I will go to their funerals to piss on their graves. Send them out awash in something. Jay Jones, 3 people, 2 bullets. Gilbert, Hitler, and Pol Pot. Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head. Spoiler, put Gilbert in the crew with the 2 worst people you know, and he receives both bullets every time.
Right.
He sent these messages, these text messages directly to Republicans.
Right. Right. And he hasn't dropped out of the race yet. And to my knowledge, The View hasn't shared this story yet. But you want to talk about some dumb kids making Hitler jokes.
Yeah, let me go, where is it at?
Hey, but before we get back to this video, don't forget about our new giveaway. Ford Bronco Raptor in $10,000 in cash. To get in and win, just go to my website. Pick up a hat or shirt or some of my good, clean Mifflin blue. You get automatically in it to win.
Look, this is the V's YouTube channel. I'm going to type in Jay Jones. See if they did any videos on him.
Backlash over Bad Bunny Super Bowl.
Look,
That's
5 years ago,
5 years
nothing.
ago. Nothing. It's just political spin. It's just they taking this opportunity to make us look bad. But they don't hold that same people to that same standard.
He's running for Attorney General in Virginia, the top cop in the state.
Right.
But anyway, let's get back to this.
But he condones violence. Political violence.
Yeah. He apologized, but still.
No. After the fact? No, you shouldn't be able to. You are unfit to serve the people of Virginia. You should be forced out of that race.
So, just so we're clear, some of the members in this chat are between the ages of 24 and 35. So they're not kids.
They're my age. Some of them, they're just,
you know,
Keyword,
so these
some. Keyword, some.
Yeah. I mean, they were joking. Was it offensive? Yes. Were they saying it to people out in public?
No, it was never meant to be put out in the public. It was leaked.
Some traitor who was right. It was some traitor who just grown up with the organization.
Right.
He leaked like 3,000 messages.
Right.
Over a year, over a span of a year, messages.
Right.
I mean, and that's all they found.
Right.
This is over a year of messages.
Right.
I mean, these things they found was
it happens.
False. It happens.
It makes us human.
Yeah, we're all human.
are adults. And I have to say, is this the way you...
You're an adult, and your husband at the time did blackface.
It was her husband at the time or boyfriend?
boyfriend or something.
Yeah.
I think it was her boyfriend. It was her. She was in a relationship with him.
Yeah, he was on stage in blackface, and she was right beside him like this,
smiling,
with
laughing.
a big old grin. All you could see was eyes and teeth.
Yeah, just because you're an adult doesn't mean you no longer make mistakes.
Yeah.
You want young Republicans represented in this country?
No, and I want to speak to this because one of my first jobs out of college, I was the national spokesperson for the college Republican National Committee. So we were actually just on college campuses, over 2,000 chapters. I traveled all over. I knew all our campus chairs. I knew hundreds and hundreds of members. I'm friends with many of them to this day. I never heard or saw anything like this. But at that time, Mitt Romney was our North Star. That was the GOP nominee for president in 2012. Had we seen it, we would have fired them, denounced them, and moved on with our lives. And I think that speaks to two things. There is a dark underbelly in our politics that has allowed racism, it's allowed hate, it's allowed misogyny, and we've just kind of normalized it on the right. And there's not enough folks
We've normalized it.
Where's this energy for the left? How they're attacking ICE agents.
We just
shooting
lost
ICE agents.
We just
Charlie
lost
Kirk.
We just lost Charlie Kirk. What are you talking about? It's on the right.
We've normalized it.
The culture have changed drastically since you was in college. And just because these young men said some stupid things, why are you trying to paint this with a wide stroke that this is the entire Republican Party?
Yeah, that they represent everyone.
Yeah, that's so intellectually dishonest and disgusting.
Are willing to just call it out for what it is. And then secondarily, there is this crisis of young men. This is almost universally young men of a certain age. I don't want to stereotype them, but they don't look like guys who have a lot of friends, who have girlfriends, have intimate relationships. I don't mean this to be mean, but the stats speak for themselves. If you don't have...
You don't mean to be mean. So why you bring it up?
You actually dehumanize them.
Yeah. These young men made a mistake.
Yeah.
Online mostly, you can be radicalized to hate people. You don't engage with people. You don't have empathy for people. It's very scary, and leaders need to wake up to it.
They also say, we've said this on the show, that the frontal lobe does not get developed until you're 25. What's Trump's excuse? No. Anyway.
Okay, so what the kids, those young Republicans did was totally wrong. But you're on national TV labeling the president as if he's mentally retarded or something.
Yeah. And y'all still haven't brought up Jay Jones, who's running for attorney general. What he said was far worse than what these young men shared on these messages.
But y'all laugh at that. See, you're joking, though. I get it that you're joking.
Right.
But it's okay for you to do it, but it's a problem when they do it.
They wrote a rap song with those very same lyrics.
Yeah.
It's a problem when... No, how does it go? It's okay when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. Yeah.
Anyway, the only thing I want to say about this topic is that the Republican Party needs to deal with this. They need to find their better selves, find their better angels. The way I come from the Eisenhower era. I mean, that's how old I am. And Eisenhower was a decent Republican, a good Republican, and Ronald Reagan too. And why not go back, find those young people who espouse that type of behavior instead of this crap, as he calls it?
Well, I hate to say it, but I'm not surprised that
she's blaming Trump for what those kids said. Well, let's see what Sonny got to say.
chat exists. I wasn't surprised that men, adults, ages 25 to 34,
white
men,
guys, by the way.
White men were speaking like that. They checked every white supremacist bigot box. They were anti-Semitic. They were misogynistic. They were homophobic.
They were joking.
I can't take these women serious, especially if y'all haven't called out Jay Jones yet.
Yeah. I mean, they were saying they said these things in a private group. Y'all on national television calling Republicans white supremacists.
Yeah, let us go through y'all's private messages. What do you got? I mean, what are you ladies hiding? I mean, I don't even think you really hide anything because your show is just beyond stupid. Y'all share stupid ideas and opinions every day. Y'all just blame Donald Trump for what these men said over a private message. It don't get no more asinine than that.
Yeah, I can only imagine what her text messages look like. I mean, if you're saying this on national TV, what does your text messages look like?
Yeah.
They were racist.
They were stupid.
And they were dumb. But my
The vice president called it that as well.
Yeah, give him some credit for that, huh?
life, my lived experience as an Afro-Latina in this country helps me tell the uncomfortable truths about this country with real clarity. And that's why I wasn't surprised. And I think many people would like to deny that lived experience. I'll say it again, because I've said it on this show many times. Trump's rise, in part, was based in racism and white supremacy. And that is the truth.
White supremacy.
He had a record turnout and black voter turnout. Latino, Latino,
60% of Latino men.
and black turnout. Why you keep labeling this man like he got in the office because a bunch of white supremacists voted for him? He got in the office, he won the popular vote, he won all the swing states, not because of white supremacy, because black and Latino voted for him.
Yeah.
You painting this ominous picture of the United States that we are systemically racist after we've had a two-term president that was black.
Remember, and those of us who said that, when I said that, and those of my friends that said that were accused of hyperbole and racism
hyperbole.
ourselves. I wished that wasn't true, but it is true. And when I say things like that, when I say that white supremacy is thriving on the right, when I say the future of the Republican Party embraces white supremacy, please believe me the first time and only look at this chat as your proof that it is alive and well in the Republican Party.
Well, it should be
Wow,
denounced.
talking about cherry picking. Look up the definition of cherry picking. Sunny Holston's picture is right beside it. She drew all that from a text, from a group of messages over a span of a year, and from an isolated group of young men.
Yeah, I think what happened to Charlie Kirk and the response from the right is a better indicator of who the Republican Party and the people who vote Republicans stand for.
Yeah.
There was no violence.
Right.
People just prayed.
Mm-hmm. And the majority of violence is coming from left. You just look at what happened at Tesla's sales centers.
It was getting bombed, blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, cherry picking at its finest right here.
Yeah,
And
well,
they
it
are,
should be-
I have to say, they had both sides have been
denouncing it.
Denouncing
yeah,
it.
And some of these people
Yeah.
have lost their jobs, their positions, as they should, because these weren't just a dozen young Republicans. They were young Republican leaders within their states.
There were 3,000, almost 3,000.
They're not even politicians. They're not even in power.
So you mean to tell me that none of these people are elected at any position?
That like, where's this energy for Jay Jones running for?
The pages of the chat.
Yeah, it was a lot of chat. But the thing is, one of the people I want to refer to, one of these kids, was a man named Peter Junta, who's 31 years old. So I usually stop using the term kid a little earlier than that.
Man, you ought to see me when I was 31.
31? You don't really become a man until you like mid-30s.
Well, for us,
For us anyway.
we was late bloomers.
I still don't think I'm like fully matured, but come on, man. People going to make mistakes. Y'all just holding Republicans to a much higher standard than y'all hold your own selves or people on the left.
Mm-hmm.
But he said at one point in the article that this was a long term character assassination. And I just want to tell that man, it's not an assassination of your character. You don't have any. Because when you read the words this man, he was one of the more verbal and vocal on this list. The depths to which they went were actually shocking to me. I read it and my...
Didn't shock me. You ought to see my text messages. I'm pretty sure you haven't been on Twitter. It's far worse on Twitter.
I mean, I'm sure, man, when people amongst friends, very close colleagues,
they joke
you
a certain-
say crazy stuff.
Yeah, you do. Especially if you're Republican.
Man, Dick, look at the crazy. You know they do. You know it's even worse on the left because look how violent they are.
I mean, y'all, when y'all do things as I would categorize it as worse than what the Republicans do behind closed doors. The things and policies that y'all push, like open borders and not enforcing immigration law, and the things y'all push on kids at an early age, prepubescent kids, to change their gender, I think that's far worse than this little chat we discovered amongst these men sharing racial epithets and being anti-Semitic. Yeah. It's far worse.
Yeah, Biden administration giving illegals driver's licenses.
Yeah.
And look how many people they're killing.
Right.
Look at how Democrats govern, like what happened in Charlotte. They give black people a slap on the wrist. They have this violent past, but they're allowed to live amongst hardworking, honest people. And look what happened in Reno on that subway, on that train. That happens all the time, and you have no energy. The energy you got for Republicans, you don't share that same energy for the Democrats.
Right.
Y'all are just hypocrites.
Y'all are far worse and do far worse things to our economy, to our society as a whole. And the best thing y'all come up with these chats. That's just, it's so immature, it's so disingenuous, and I don't expect anything less from a group of women.
My friend Derek was there, and he said, Sarah, you should have seen your face reading this article. It wasn't just one of these alone would have been enough to raise a full conversation here. There were over 251 of the most, I have never heard some of these things in my lifetime about every group under the sun. And one clarification, though, Sonny, on what you said about the right, there's some extreme problems with anti-Semitism on the left, which is a uniting force of that cause. But in this instance, I think it's dangerous that J.D. Vance would conflate sophomoric, immature behavior with pernicious, vile, unacceptable, unaccounted.
I would call it pernicious if they're directing it to those people.
Yeah.
I mean, they used the N-word. They used all these offensive words. If they was doing it publicly, pushing for policies to discriminate, pushing policies to discriminate against minorities.
It's just a group chat.
It's just a group chat of a bunch of dudes joking around.
And at the end of the day, it's just words. The N-word, he even used the N-word correctly. It ended with an A. Won't y'all give that man some credit?
Yeah, maybe there's some ERs on the end.
Well, if you're white, you're bound to make that mistake. I mean, they're only human.
Yeah. That black fatigue is out of control in this country. I'm done looking at these women.
Ridiculous. Don't forget, everybody, you can also view us and listen to us on Spotify.
Yeah.
The link is in the description.
There's a listen-only feature, like a radio. There's the view.
Yeah.
Listen.